Now we will go over basic movement and the turn sequence. Coming off of the game setup video, I will be the player going first. The turn starts with the effects phase, and we currently have none on the board. Then it goes to the mana phase. I will increase my mana by 1 because my obelisk is on 1, and that's my per turn mana gain. Then we go to the draw phase, so I'll draw a card. I won't be casting spells, so I move on to my main phase. In any order, you must move. You can attack, you can cast spells, and you can use main phase abilities. I'm going to choose to move my pawn 2 spaces forward. Pawns move 1 space forward. They have the option of doing 2 on their very first turn of the game. Then I will end my turn, and it will pass to Debbie. Still no effects. Then the mana phase, so she'll increase to 2 because her obelisk is on 1 as well. Then she'll draw a card in the draw phase and then move to the main phase. And she will move her pawn 1 space forward. She could have gone 2, but she opted to only go 1. And she ends her turn. So it comes back to me, still no effects. Mana phase, I go up to 4. Draw phase, I draw another card. Not going to cast any spells, so on to my main phase. And in this one, I'm going to move my knight. The knight moves in an L pattern. Either 1 space forward and 2 spaces to either side, or 2 spaces forward and 1 space to either side. So 1, 2, 1 to the side. And I end my turn. So back to Debbie, still no effects. Then the mana phase, she goes up to 3, draw phase. Moving on to her main phase, she's going to move her bishop. The bishop can move diagonally as many spaces as they want, as long as they're empty. So she chooses to move 3 spaces and end her turn. Now back to me, still no effects. Mana phase, I go up to 5, draw phase, draw another card. Main phase, I'm going to move another pawn. And I'm also going to move 2 spaces forward again, since it's the first time that pawn moved. Now I end my turn. Back to Debbie, no effects. She increases her mana to 4. Now she draws a card. In her main phase, she's going to move her queen. The queen can move in any direction, as many squares as she wants, as long as they're empty. So she chooses to move 4 squares diagonally and end the turn. Now back to me, still no effects. Mana phase, I go up to 6. I draw a card. Now in my main phase, I'm going to move my rook. The rook can move either forward, backward, or sideways, as many spaces as they want, as long as they're empty. So I choose to move 2 spaces forward. End my turn, back to Debbie. Still no effects. Mana phase, she goes to 5. Draw phase, she draws a card. In her main phase, she's going to move her king. The king can move any direction, 1 square only. Normally you wouldn't move the king like this, but this is just to demonstrate they move 1 square.